These are his words. And his son is speaking right now. That's the powers we dealing with, man. People crazy, man. But Russia them sitting out there stalking America in international water over there in Hawaii. And it's nothing. It's normal. It's normal. And then you got the Orthodox Church, which is an extension of the Roman Catholic Church, saying, look, destroying Russia spells the end of the world. My next crazy. Go ahead, bro.
It says back in Luke chapter 17, verse 26, and as it was in the day of Noah, so shall it be also in this days, in the days of the Son of Man.
God. All of a sudden it happened. You see? So the days of the Son of Man, which is YAHAWASHI, people are going to be doing their own thing, deep in the wickedness, 2/3, okay? And they're not going to be listening. Go ahead, bro.
It says, verse 27, it says, they did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage.
So that's what they were doing when they were doing their own thing, contrary to what the word said, do. Okay? Which ain't nothing wrong with marrying and being given into marriage, eating and drinking. But what it is you not doing what you're supposed to do according to the scripture. You're not paying attention to the word and the signs in the world that YAHAWASHI is given before he lay this place down. Go ahead.
Until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all.
Destroyed them all, man. Destroyed them all, man. That's what the Heavenly Father did to the old world, man. Destroyed them all, man. They didn't care. And had Noah and his descendants repopulate the earth. And didn't care. Go ahead, bro.
This is verse 28. Likewise, also as it was in the day of Lot.
Likewise. Also in the days of Lot. What were they doing? Committing abominable acts. Same thing they doing right now. Sodomy, lesbians. Same thing they doing right now, man. Bestiality, man. Same thing they doing. Hey, man, when you go into the history, man, and you look at Pompeii, this is around about 79 AD, man, Pompeii, man. When you go into that history, man, and you look at what they were doing in Pompeii, man, they got movies on it. But the Heavenly Father had a volcano erupt and burnt up everybody in Pompeii. And get what they were doing in Pompeii. Same thing. Sodom, bestiality, a lot of adultery on the record. Lesbian. Same thing, man. Go look at Pompeii, man. Look at this. They got a movie out, man, called Pompeii, man. Most High made a volcano erupt, man. Put them all together, man. They got a movie on it, man. When it comes to those abominable acts, man, hey, man, inhabitations inhabited places don't survive, man, when it comes to the judgment of YAHAWASHI, man. When you're doing them abominable acts, man. They don't survive, man. And America is all into that, man. Those abominable acts, man. You see? Go ahead, bro. Recall it and read from the get-go.
This is Luke chapter 17, verse 28. Likewise also as it was in the day of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they built.
Yeah, they living their lives. You see, when them angels touched down in Sodom and Gomorrah, they were living their lives, man. But they committing them abominable acts, man. And they was talking to Lot, and Abraham prayed for Lot. And the Most High, remember Abraham's prayers concerning Lot. They was talking to Lot. Lot, you know what I'm saying, doing the righteous thing by not following what they were doing in Sodom and Gomorrah. Them angels say, look, man, Most High about to took this place. And we tell you right now, Most High about to took this place, man. Even though we say things got to take place like the increase of famine, the mark of the beast, the microchip, all those things got to take place, but we telling you, look, the Most High gonna cook this place, man. It's out of here, man. And anybody that don't believe that, they good and crazy. Good and crazy, man. Read that for me again, bro. Then what was going on inside of the world before the Most High set it on fire, man. This what was going on, man. YAHAWASHI is telling you. This what was going on inside of Gomorrah before the Most High destroyed them 5 cities, man. Go ahead.
This is Luke chapter 17, verse 28. Likewise also as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they built. But the same day, this is verse 29, but the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven.
The same day it went out, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven, man, and cooked them 5 cities. Cooked them, man. Go ahead, bro.
And destroyed them all.
Destroyed them all. Use them Hamites as example. That ain't the way to live, man. They didn't have the wisdom not to do that. So they committed them abominable acts in Sodom and Gomorrah. And the Most High said, I'm going to use them heathen as an example. I'm going to cook them. Nobody should live like that. Cook them heathen Hamites. Yeah. That's what happened. He cooked them Hamites over there, man. Go ahead.
It's verse 30. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed.
So, the reason why them people got cooked is because of their abominable acts. And do it mention more about Lot's wife?
Yeah, down 2 more verses.
All right, go ahead.
It says verse 31. In that day, he which shall be upon the housetop, and his stuff is in the house, let him not come down to take it away. And he that is in the field, let him likewise not return back.
So you got to remember, they were building. They were married, reading all the way back up to Noah and what was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah and all that. They were building, married, getting married. They were playing. They were doing everything they were doing. So they was established in those societies, man. They was committing those abominable acts, man. They was established in the old world, doing things contrary to what the Heavenly Father told them to do. They was contrary. Sodom and Gomorrah, they was contrary. Even though they were heathen, they was contrary. So they married, giving the marriage, they building, they planning, they living their lives, they doing what they doing. Same what they doing in America. Same what they doing in the rest of the world, man. But this place gonna get cooked completely. Okay? This is what who the world enemy called Jesus is explaining to the listeners and the reader. This is what they was doing. And they gonna be doing this before I show up. Okay? The people not gonna be believing in what you saying. They gonna be doing, living their lives. Okay? They gonna be living their lives and they not gonna be doing what they supposed to be doing by getting ready and coming back to me and repenting. Meaning all the Negro Latino in Native America. Okay? They're not gonna listen to you. Not all of them. It's just the women. But they're gonna be living their lives, building, doing what they're doing, committing wickedness, abominable acts, committing adultery. They're gonna be doing all that. Go ahead, bro.
This is verse 32. Remember Lot's wife.
Remember Lot's wife. Why did he say that? Why did he say remember Lot's wife, man? She was the example, man. Go ahead, bro.
It's verse 33. Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it.
Now, what I want to do is go to Lot's wife. Okay? Let's go to Genesis 19 and 26. Remember Lot's wife. Because Lot's wife didn't believe that Sodom and Gomorrah was going to get destroyed. Okay? She didn't believe that. Until it started happening. And then the angel told her, look, don't look back. Okay? But she looked back, but we're going to look up that word because, Jake, you got to look up words, man. You got to look up words. Okay? You got to look up words. The words mean things. So we had Genesis 19 and 26. Matter of fact, what is it? Start at 24.
All right. This is Genesis chapter 19, verse 24. Then YAHAWASHI rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah, brimstone and fire from YAHAWASHI out of heaven.
He done it.
It's verse 25. And he overthrew those cities and all the plain and all the inhabitants of the city, and that which grew upon the ground. Verse 26. But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt.
His wife looked back. Why did she look back? Let's look up that word, look back, Mike. Let's find out the mind state of Lot's wife. That, mind you, the Heavenly Father destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah because of those abominable acts that they was committing in there. But Lot's wife looked back. You gotta look up words, the words mean things. Right? Now, going back to Luke, the 17th chapter, right? In the 24th verse on down, it's telling you that they was married, dealing with Noah, they were married, giving them marriage, and then when you go to Genesis, right, the 6th chapter, every thought that they imagined was wicked, so they was contrary to the Heavenly Father before he flooded the place. And you go down and he mentioned concerning Lot in this situation in Sodom and Gomorrah, right? They were committing abominable acts and all that. So these people living their lives, committing abominable acts, established in the society that they was in the worlds that they was in, right? And here we are reading concerning Lot's wife, her mind state, okay? The thought process, how she was thinking, her outlook, okay? So we looking up the word, look back in Genesis, the 19th chapter, concerning Lot's wife. Go ahead, bro.
All right, this is
If it's anything in the lexicon down here, grab that too. But give me what you got.
all right, this is Strong's H 5027. Now that, and it says to regard, show regard to, pay attention to, consider.
Consider, man. Show regard to, man. She was thinking about it, man, because they was established in Sodom and Gomorrah, man. She didn't want Sodom and Gomorrah to go away, man. You know, she didn't want the judgment that came down upon Sodom and Gomorrah to happen, man. So, in other words, she was in a state of unbelief. She didn't believe that that needed to happen, man, because of what they had achieved in Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Same way these people are today, man. They don't want America to go because of what they have achieved in this world, man, in this society, man. Okay? They think that it shouldn't happen to America like this, man, because of what they got and what they have achieved, man. Because of their unbelief, man. See? What else you got in there, bro?
Down the lexicon says to look at with pleasure.
To look at with pleasure, man. To look at with pleasure, man. Let me see what the word. Let me etymology the word pleasure, man. Let me etymology the word pleasure real quick. Pleasure, etymology. Too crazy. I ain't even gonna keep doing it. I got it, bro. Woo! Okay. This is pleasure. The source of enjoyment. See, they in pleasure, that's the etymology online. The source of enjoyment. They enjoying thinking the way they think, having what they having, how they got themselves established in this abominable kingdom. And same way Lot's wife was thinking, how they was established in that abominable society. She was enjoying that. You see? She was pleased with it. You see? She was enjoying that and pleased with it. Same way they are in America, man. Same way, man. They enjoy America. They pleased with America, man. And then you got some scatterbrained people, you know what I'm saying, to say, well, this is the way it's supposed to be. You got some people, let that come out of their mouth. Upside down, backwards. You know? But yeah. That's it, bro. That was the mind state of Lot's wife. Enjoyment, man. She was enjoying living in that abominable, wicked place, man. She was satisfied with it. The brother looked up the word please, and she was satisfied with it.
To be accepted, to be liked, to be approved.
To be acceptable or to like, to approve. So Lot wife approved of Sodom and Gomorrah. To agree. So going into pleasure and please and all that, you gotta dive into them words, man. Okay? So when we dive into all them words, she agreed with Sodom and Gomorrah, man. She enjoyed it. Go back out, though. Go back out, man. Go back out and read the scriptures again, bro.
Right. This is Genesis chapter 19, verse 24. Then Yahawah Shem Yahawashi rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from Yahawah Shem Yahawashi out of heaven.
Right.
It says, and he overthrew those cities and all the plain, all the inhabitants of the cities, and that which grew upon the ground. Verse 26, but his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt.
So the reason why she became a pillar of salt, because she agreed and was pleased and enjoyed Sodom and Gomorrah, man. That was the mind state of Lot's wife, an unbeliever. Don't live like that, but she agreed with it. She enjoyed it. She was pleased with it. She was an unbeliever. Lot wasn't like that. Lot believed that, hey, you're not supposed to live like this. But his wife was an unbeliever, man. You see that? She agreed with that. What was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah. Same way these people walking around today. They agree with America. They agree with what is produced in America, abominable acts, man. Everything upside down, backwards. You see that? And what happened to Lot's wife? Since she was like that and her mind state was like that, what happened to her, bro?
It says, and she became a pillar of salt.
Cooked her, man. The Most High cooked her, man. Now let's get Wisdom of Solomon, 10th chapter in the 6th verse. Because Lot's wife, she ain't had no wisdom. That's what had happened. She ain't had no wisdom, man. Because we were finna read about his wisdom, man. She ain't had no wisdom, man. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10, verse 6.
All right, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10, verse 6. It says, when the ungodly perished, she delivered the righteous man, who fled from the fire which fell down upon the 5 cities.
We're reading all the way down to 9, right?
Okay.
Carl, read it for me again.
All right, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10, verse 6. When the ungodly perished, she delivered, she delivered the righteous man, who fled from the fire which fell down upon the 5 cities.
That she is talking about wisdom. Okay? The man is talking about Lot. Go ahead.
This is verse 7. Of whose wickedness, even to this day, the waste land that smoketh is a testimony, and plants bearing fruit that never come to ripeness.
See? Because that land is cooked. What Sodom and Gomorrah and 5 cities was. Go ahead.
And a standing pillar of salt is moment.
For you.
It says,
Monument?
yeah, monument.
Okay. Water.
And a standing pillar of salt is a monument of an unbelieving soul.
See? That's light. Right. Okay? She is a monument for an unbelieving soul, man, because she agreed with Solomon on that. She looked back, man. She considered it. She, you know what I'm saying? She was pleased with it. Pleasure, all that. You see? That was her mind state. And when you go into the Apocrypha, it tell you straight up, she was unbelieving. She was unbelieving. That's why she got cooked like that and left for a memorial. Same way it's gonna happen to Babylon the Great, America. It's gonna be a memorial, man. Look, you don't live like that, man. It's gonna be a desert on the map, man. You don't live like that, man. And before it become a desert, we showed you how Russia was sitting in international water, stalking this place like a barrel, man.